fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction, he's got everything outside of both of them! Maloney!
Oh, he's taken Anderson! Anderson's up top!
Oh my god! Big crash! Oh my goodness, half the field's gonna get rolled!
It's very close. These guys are want to make their way through the field very quickly.
Oh, there we go!
Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my god!
God, what?
Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Gander Outdoors Truck Series Class C, fixed here on iRacing. Short track racing at its finest at the last great Coliseum here in North America. It's part 2 of the Friday night double take here on Sim Speed TV. My name's Ryan Jones. Alongside me is Cameron Dance, and behind the scenes... Oh no, I've done it again. Alongside me, my name's Ryan Jones. Alongside me is Simon Mazomo, and behind the scenes is Jay Kennedy, who distracted me, and that's the reason for that. Moving on.
I'm sorry, I can't do it now. Oh man, yes. Okay, right. Back on topic. Yes, we are at Bristol. Very unique track, one that I have been struggling with all week since my endeavours to actually try and do more NASCAR racing. It's a very, it seems like such a very, I guess, easy track to sort of get your head around, but it's a lot more difficult than what you'd think. So definitely going to be some close racing tonight. Very much pack racing. So looking forward to it, and we've got some big names in tonight's race as well.
Yes, thank you for that insight, Simon Mazomo.
I'm not driving a BMW, so it's okay.
Wayne Burke is doing the double take here with us on Sim Speed. We saw him in the VRS GT Sprint Series. He had to find his way back through the field. If he has to do that today, he might find it a little bit more difficult in this race that is so hard to pass at Bristol. The track, very much a top dominant racing line. If you don't make the move stick on the bottom, as soon as you go for it, you're going to be stuck down there. And if there's a line of cars behind you, you're probably going to lose quite a lot position-wise. Currently fastest in practice is Alex McCain. Simon Pristina also doing the double take here with us some Sim Speed, returning from the GT Sprint Series a moment ago. Jared Filsell sits in second from Dean O'Brien. We've got Brody Kostecki in the field as well. Of course, Dunlop Super 2 driver here in Australia and co-driver for Supercars Enduro season later on, should that actually ever happen. Kevin O'Brien clips the fence, I think, there. Very easy to do. Doesn't affect your car whatsoever, really, and not something to worry about, but it will validate your lap time there in qualifying as Kostecki goes fastest.
Yeah, we can see Slavin on screen at the moment. Make sure to follow him on Twitch as he comes out of 4 to complete his lap. Doesn't look like he went anywhere. You can see Kevin J. O'Brien. Did he seem to go up against the fence there? They're pretty sure he did give that fence a little bit of a rub. But as he gets to the line, as you see Brody Kostecki coming through 3 and 4 onto the front straight. How will he go for his second lap? Doesn't look like he improved. Kevin J. O'Brien coming through again. Does get his lap in this time and will go to 6th.
Thank you, Simon. And looking at the number 14, number 11 on the screen, who is struggling. Lyle Fisher. Okay, what? That car cannot possibly do that. It just rotated on a point.
It's
that what? What? What did that car just do, Simon? That was not physically possible, I'm sure of it. It just rotated on a point from the rear end.
I don't know. I think I missed that. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I must have missed that one. Because he's Slaven? Is he still turning laps at the moment? Must be
Yeah, why
getting
not?
Yeah, must be getting his practice in qualifying. That is pro strategy right there. Can't say I haven't done it before.
And what you can see too from some of the camera shots is a new addition to iRacing's version of Bristol Motor Speedway. Of course, when I say version, it is 100% accurate from the time it was scanned. Right there in the middle of the facility is Colossus, which is actually the largest outdoor screen that's hung like that in the center of the stadium in the world. Quite an impressive feat, and one day, I will see that in person. But at least I
We,
can see how it looks in iRacing.
we were saying that a bit earlier, how we'd actually love to go see this event because, yeah, it seems like it'd be a lot of fun to go to.
Certainly would. And the atmosphere at this Coliseum is incredible, from what I've heard. Kostecki then will start on pole. Alex McCann alongside him. Phil Sell O'Brien off road 2. Brendan Lively, Kevin O'Brien 5th and 6th. Then comes Plakinski and Shepard. Wayne Burke and Wyatt Chase running out the 10.
And the final 5 spots, Lyle Fisher in 11th. Slaven Prusina will come in 12th. Jonathan Bell raced him quite a bit in this sim, coming in 13th. Sven Strempel in 14th, and Nicholas Levine Hugent in 15th.
That is your field. Then here at Bristol, that's actually a good sized field for Bristol. It's only a half-mile racetrack, don't forget. Half-mile, but quite fast because it is featuring some pretty impressive banking on the corners here. Not often what you see with a short track. And the track conditions are hot. 42-degree track temp out there. Although from running races early in the week, it doesn't feel particularly slippery out there. You're not struggling for too much grip. Not with the lines you'd normally be running. If you're down on the bottom, you've got to be a little bit careful. Coming out of the corner not to wash up into the guy on the outside. We'll just wait for everyone to jump into their virtual cockpits, and then we'll get this one underway. 75 laps ahead of us. We'll go by in a breeze. Got to expect a caution at some stage on this short track. Only 15 cars. You shouldn't expect too many of them. One of the good things about short track racing is if you get a little bit of damage, or even a lot of damage, depending on your luck, you can still run at almost full speed.
Yes, one of the things I've definitely noticed about here, just even if you get significant damage on the car, you can still run a decent pace. As been involved in a few little altercations, having a, just sort of stuff that happens in NASCAR, but yeah, still being able to run. Well, I wouldn't say that. There's a bit of contact already on the roll-up lap. I'm noticing. Looks like the 3 and the 10, Jared Filsell. And Brendan Lively.
Phil Sell's driven into someone, has he? Or has he been hit?
I don't know. It looks like I did
damage to the left rear, but also I'm seeing damage on the front of that car, and now to the rear of the number 1.
Yeah, not ideal at the moment to have that sort of damage. So, hopefully it isn't too much damage and it won't affect the pace in the early running. So I'll have to see.
Pace guy dives down, and we're underway then here at Bristol Motor Speedway. A good jump for your pole sitter, Brody Kostecki. Phil Sill trying to take away second from McCann. Can't do it on the bottom, as behind Dino O'Brien looking every which way to try and find a way by that number 3 car. Not going to be able to do it. Going to have to slot back in line right in front of Brandon Lively as they are caught side by side a little bit further back. This is Kelvin Plasinski on the top of the racetrack. Manages to clear him. And Lively still trying to have a look at Dino O'Brien. Still trying to have a look at the back of Phil Cell, but now we're stuck at that point where it's really hard to pass.
Yeah, definitely. This is where it gets a bit trickier. You can see Dylan Shepherd up the inside. He'll get that done, move himself up to 7th place. But yes, here we go. This is where it falls into that single file racing at the moment. Everyone else seems to be quite spread out. There's a little bit of a battle, as we can see down the back. Kevin O'Brien and Slaven Priscina. Slaven having a bit of a look on the inside, but not quite there. You can see a bit further up the field, we've also got Brendan Lively, who's falling back through the field by the looks of it.
Yeah, Lively there, losing out to Dylan Shepherd on that lap. And in fact, maybe even losing out to Wayne Burke as well, which is a shame for him. So slots back into 7th place. Kostecki's got a 6.5 of a second advantage back to Alex McCann in 2nd. And then Dean O'Brien still stalking Jared Fussell here in the battle for 3rd place on the track. Fussell and O'Brien opting for the middle of the racetrack there through 3 and 4. And again, Fussell running quite a way off the wall, and O'Brien going even further away from him, which is an interesting line.
Yeah, noticing that too. There's a few different lines being sort of taken. I noticed that Kostecki early on in the race ran quite low to the bottom, sort of against what we've sort of been seeing with a lot of races so far. Everyone running right up as high as they possibly can. So seems to be working for him at the moment. But yeah, as you can see, Dean O'Brien getting up right up high, cutting the car back down. So we head back. So Brendan Lively, Dylan Shepherd. Looks like Dylan Shepherd has got that move done. It's a bit of damage to the front of Brendan's car at the moment. You can see it's not doing him any favours. And another move for position here. Slaven looking to the inside of Blinsky, sorry, as they run down into, looks like, into 3 and 4. Sorry, 1 and 2, and looks like he's going to get that pass done.
Good move there for Piscina, just moved up in front of oh my god, of Plasinski to cover that one off. And now he's going to have Brendan Lively just in front after Dylan Shepherd managed to hold off that charge from him. Piscina looking like he's got some pretty good pace at the moment in this little pack of cars. Probably the fastest of the bunch of them. Here we go. He's got a bit of an overlap on Lively now, but he's not got any momentum down there to carry. But Lively gets held up by Shepherd up top, and that's the opportunity that Priscina needed. If he drove it in deep, he could have moved up into the middle of those two drivers. Right now, he's just stuck on the bottom. Can't slide up the racetrack. Can't go for a big send into the corner either because of Shepherd, but that's going to help him. Shepherd runs wide, checks up Lively, and allows Priscina a whole lot of extra speed over those drivers. Very conservative on the entry down low is Priscina, but he does enough to get the job done. And Shepherd, again, very wide, and will lose out to Lively as a result.
Tell you what, Slaven gets a medal for that. He's carved his way through that field incredibly quick. Bit aided by a little bit of people running just that little bit high into the corners, which doesn't really help you mid-corner momentum. But he's doing a fantastic job. He's coming out of those corners very, very well. As you can see, this back behind, we can see Dylan Shepherd. You can see the two cars behind them at the moment. Plasinski and O'Brien getting themselves into this battle as well. Further back, we can see another battle as well between Wyatt Chase and Nicholas Huquet. Huquet as well. And a car. Oh, there's a bit of incident down the back, and yellow flag has come
gets
out.
into him. And damage for your race leader, Brody Kostecki. The engine gone on the number 1 car. He hit both of them in the end. The dangers of short track racing, that was my next talking point, is to lap traffic, but incidents, when they occur, you've got to be very wary as to where they are. Make sure you slow down, because that can happen so very easily. 2 cars spin in front. Kostecki got to figure out where to go. Unfortunately, he dived to the bottom of the racetrack, which is the wrong way to go in this instance, and almost drove into that one.
Oh, he's driven into both of them too, so that's very unfortunate for that. And that looks like engine damage on the number 10. What's actually happened here? Oh, he's hit the outside wall. That's very sloppy. Very sloppy there.
If we can get an onboard from Brody Kostecki, that'd be interesting, because it does seem odd that he decided to go to the bottom of the racetrack as we come through 3 and that's the wrong angle. There we go. Come through 3 and 4 here. You see the incident occur up top. Yeah, I mean, I guess two things there. He reacted incredibly early because he's a race driver and he's looking so far up the racetrack than most of us really do. But at the same time, there was a lot of space up top.
Yeah, it's a bit hard.
Yeah,
it's a bit hard to know. You kind of, if they're both at the sort of the top of the track when the contact happened, you'd kind of half expect them to stay up there and not come back down. So, but either way, just yeah, very, very, very sloppy racing there, to be quite honest.
I think the car coming back up on the track was more a case of wheel spin when trying to get back on the throttle. I don't think that was trying to actually get back on the racetrack in such a manner, but unfortunately, you've got to watch out for those things. We're under caution for the first time today. Phil Sell, then, your race leader. In terms of pit strategy, it would seem that...
Top 3 haven't pitted by the looks of it.
Yes, because Alex McCann's gone back to 5th, and he was in 2nd. Behind Kostecki. The reason he's behind Shepard is because he's taken 2 tyres. So Phil Sell, Dean O'Brien, Nicholas Levine, Huguet have all stayed out. Shepard's got 2, the rest have 4.
Yeah, you can definitely see Huguet going for the track position strategy. Dylan Shepard taking 2. That would definitely play favour to him. 2 tyres on the outside, especially this early in the race, that definitely can work to your advantage. He'll be on the out inside, I believe. Yes, he should be on the inside for this restart. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he can get the run on the inside, being able to make a few positions up. So yeah, have to wait and see how this restart goes for him.
Alright, let's get this one back underway then. Let's see how old tyres stack up against the new ones as Phil Sell will get us back to the green flag at a very good jump from him. O'Brien and Shepard as well. And then Wayne Burke, the best of the guys with 4 tyres up on the top of the racetrack, trying to get to the outside of Dylan Shepard's 2-tyred machine. Not able to get there. And now dives to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to slide up, but Shepard pinches him down. And Burke, unfortunately, going to lose out to McCann. Shepard looking on the bottom of Dean O'Brien for 2nd.
As he back down the pack, there's a battle for 5 guys battling for 1 spot on the racetrack. Getting a bit sideways. There's a bit of contact. He's held it off the wall. Yes, he has done a very good job holding that one off the wall. Didn't look like that was going to end too well, but keep racing. There's everyone jostling for position. As you can see, the number 14 of Nicholas, he's dropping through the field very, very quickly. Those older tyres are not helping him at the moment. Back up front, the battle is continuing. Wayne Burke with those fresh tyres and that fresh grip.
Then Shepard spins back the other way, trying to save it one way and the other. Down the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, the 13 goes around in sympathy. That's Lyle. No, it's Plakinski who's gone around. He's down on the bottom of the track and he's going to...
You can see he's decided. Doesn't look like he's gonna go back to the pits after that contact, but yes, contact obviously putting Dylan Shepard down the field. As you can see, the battle now for P2. Alex McCann is now in this fight. As you can see, Dean O'Brien, he did.
Oh,
it was a bit of contact.
Late block from Dean O'Brien caused that one.
Yes, and oh, it has touched the wall on the exit as well. That is not going to help you. Wayne Burke will come through. So now into 3rd place, and he's going to have to challenge for 2nd place. The newer tyres should be having much more of an effect at the moment. Although Alex, I believe, yes, Alex did also take tyres as well. But Phil Sell making the strategy work at the moment. He is pulling a comfortable gap on the field right now.
Yeah, it was very much advantaged by the battles happening behind and no one with fresh tyres being able to get into some clean air, which they've finally done now. See whether it's worth anything to McCann and Wayne Burke lined up behind. So there was a lot of contact in the battle for second place. And Dean O'Brien going backwards as a result, falls behind Jonathan Bell, and Slaven Brasina will be the next car to try to capitalise on the misfortunes of the number 7. Tyres worth a lot, especially once they've done 20-odd laps around this racetrack at 10 miles. Might not seem like much, but when you're running them as hard as they do, certainly worth it. So Phil Sell under a lot of pressure now.
Yeah, we can definitely see in the lap times, they're usually running about 3 or 4 tenths faster at the moment. And Alex McCann all over the back of Phil Sell at the moment. He's got a fantastic run as they go into 3 and 4, trying to arc the car down. He's going to get up the inside out of 4. They run side by side into 1. Phil Sell staying up high, trying to get the run out of 2, but the tyres are just not giving him the grip he needs. As you can see, Alex down low at the moment, trying to square the car off, get a good run, and he's going to get it done. Go straight to the lead, but Jared's not going to let him go. He's going to come straight back at him. Once again, tyres just not holding him in there at the moment. Alex will take the lead and punches a bit of a gap.
Yeah, a bit of inexperience in the oval showing there from Phil Sell, trying to come back at him. It ended up costing them as a result. Wayne Burke will go by him a bit quicker than he would have anyway, as I think Phil Sell tried to clear Wayne Burke, and in the end, Burke never really got clear, moved up, and there was contact made. Phil Sell did a good job not to hook him into the fence there, and a great save from Burke as a result. Cautioned out on the racetrack again.
Oh, it's Slaven.
That's Brasina down on the bottom of the racetrack.
Just didn't see what happened there, but I could just see Slaven sideways into 1 and into the wall. Wonder what has happened there. We go to replay. So we can see he's coming down into 3, coming out of 4. Did take new tyres, and bit of a contact, and it just hasn't caught it. It's just gone sideways and straight into the wall, and that is engine damage. That'll be day done for Slaven. Unfortunately, it'd be slight contact in the rear quarter as they come out of 4. It's very easy to do when the car just wants to push and wash out wide. So not intentional, but yeah, just very unlucky for Slaven to have that happen.
So everyone's going to come back down to pit lane. Everyone will come this time, surely. Interesting new update as well to Bristol in iRacing, as they've added the single pit lane rule. So everyone's got to enter the pits via the entry in turn 2, no matter where your pit stall is, because of course Bristol's got pit boxes on both sides of the racetrack. They've all got to make that long trip around. Basically, you spend about half a mile doing the speed limit, which does make it very easy to speed, coincidentally. And finally, they will get towards their boxes now and get it stopped, and hopefully stop it without starting forward.
You can see 2 cars staying out of the pits at the moment. Yeah. Both a lap down at the moment, so they'll be looking to try to get the wave around, try to get themselves back on the lead lap. Not sure. Looks like, as we're looking at the pit stop times at the moment, looks like Phil Sell has gone 2 tyres for this one. Aiming for track position, he's going to come out compared to the other guys behind who look like they have all taken all 4s. So Phil Sell once again trying to go for track position in this restart.
Interesting call from Jared. See how it plays out. 0 tyres didn't work. Let's see if 2 tyres works for Phil Sell. Shepard was doing all right with his 2 tyres off the last restart until suddenly it went a little bit awry for him. I reckon he's got a good shot here. Phil Sell holding these guys off.
Yeah, definitely. The 2 tyres definitely does work. As we can see, the number 13 of Plasinski looks as though he's getting down low. Is he trying to go into the pit lane, or is he waiting? Not sure what's going on there at the moment. Just waiting for the wave around, I guess, but everyone seems to be coming out of the pits and gridding up at the moment. So we wait for the wave around, and then we should be able to get this one. There he is. Off he goes. He gets that lap back that he needs.
That truck looking a little bit beat up, but it should be good to go here on the short half-mile track of Bristol. 9 cars remain then on the lead lap of this race with 30 laps to go as we come back to the green flag. Once again, it'll be Jared Filsell leading us to it. The kind was outside. Wayne Burke and Jonathan Bell line up on row number 2 for this one. Jared Filsell then gets us back underway. Green flag back in the air. And Bell, a good restart. On the outside of the second row, Wayne Burke's going to have to slot in behind, and the top 5 will go single file now. Everyone very cautious off this start. As one of the slow cars there ducks out of the way. Oh, and around goes the 15, hard into the inside fence. That was Wyatt Chase that went around. Big contact for that Chevy Silverado.
A lot of damage to the front of that car.
Yeah, Dylan Shepherd that got into him.
Let's have a quick look at the replay, see what's happened here. So there's obviously a bit of checkup as they go into that sequence of corners. He's obviously got a run and then, a bit of contact. So I can't really quite see from that view whether or not he actually made contact with the wall or not. I kind of think maybe he did come off the wall. But
he just kept it off the fence. But he might have been off the throttle in order to do so, which probably might have been the cause for Shepherd getting into his right rear. It's a very innocuous touch. You only just tagged him, but that's all you need coming off this steep banking here of this racetrack. So, back under caution for the 3rd time today. Don't expect anyone to come down a pit lane after just 1 lap on those tyres, so they'll stay out. We'll run around under the caution lights for another couple of laps. Don't forget, tomorrow at midday Australian Eastern Daylight Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time over in America. We are broadcasting, as always, on the iRacing Esports Network top split of the NASCAR Open iRacing Series. That will be 250 laps of awesome action. Been a fantastic 7 rounds so far, round 8 tomorrow. I say it'll be another great addition, and maybe some payback and retribution going to be served after the events of Texas. Go and check that out. Last, was about 30 to go. That all kicked off, if you want to know what I'm talking about. But looking forward to that. It'll be myself and Justin Prince on the call for that. Good to have Justin Prince working with us now at Sims Speed for some of these races, because he is vastly experienced commentating on iRacing and commentating in general, and very quick as well. It should not be underplayed how quick he is in a cup car.
Just also noticing as well, Kevin Plasinski, and we can see Kevin O'Brien making his way into the lane. So both of those making pit stops. Obviously, Kevin was looking to get the lap back under that last caution, so wouldn't have pitted. Now the second caution is obviously pulled him back into this one, a fresh set of tyres. So he'll be ready to go. He should be in 7th place for this restart. So how your fortunes change very, very quickly in oval racing, which is fantastic. You could be a lap down, and then no longer you could be back in this race for a chance at the top 5. So a lot of fun, this NASCAR racing. Definitely do enjoy it.
Certainly is a whole lot of fun, and can pretty much always find yourself a NASCAR race going official at every hour at some stage in the hour. Here on iRacing, yeah.
C-Fixed is where it's at. If you're going to do it, get into C-Fixed. You might actually end up racing me and probably beating me because I'm not very good at these things.
You said it, not me.
Not going to let you throw me under the bus.
They're stacked up 2x2 again. Filsell laying a long way off the back of that Ford Mustang pace car. It's a rapidly declining field on the lead lap. 8 cars remain in the lead contention. Top 4 remains unchanged from the last restart. Filsell versus McCann. Expect Filsell to get away nice and well again, as he does. Green flag back in the air. The last great Coliseum here in North America.
Oh, bit of shove. We can see Jonathan Bell and Dylan Shepherd getting a bit close there, but once again, another fantastic jump by Phil Cell. The field stretching themselves out. You can see Kevin O'Brien having another look at Plasinski at the moment. See a bit of a battle going here. We can see going around the outside, and it looks like Kevin has dropped right back at the moment. May have got a bit sideways off that corner, as you can see. So, at the moment, Lyle Fisher battling with Plasinski, and we can go further up and see Dean O'Brien going for the inside. He's going to get it done. Dylan Shepherd having a look back as well, but it doesn't look like he's going to get there. And yellow flag back out again. Not sure what's caused that one.
Lyle Fisher running into more issues on the racetrack. Already 6 laps down. Going to go further adrift now. Courtesy of that damage, that engine is smoking. Side by side with Polinsky. Got into the right side and into the inside fence. Pretty standard Bristol crash, to be honest with you. If you look at it from another angle, we might have seen if there was anything untoward, I reckon. Just a case of very hard to keep yourself glued to the bottom of the racetrack here, especially coming off the corners. You try to get on the throttle as early as you can, but the car drifts back up so incredibly quickly. And short track racing, Simon, is it's a whole thing in America, isn't it? It's pretty much the basis of stock car racing in the US. It's where most of the NASCAR stars started out their career running the junior divisions on the short tracks, working their way up. And when you go short track racing in the main game, it's a massive atmosphere around it.
Yes, and very, very exciting racing as well. As you can sort of see what's been happening in this race here, it's no one's afraid to get the elbows out, get a bit of door rubbing happening as we're seeing. So just one of those things that happens, but obviously a few guys making their way into the lane. Wayne Burke, looks like he missed his pit box a little bit. Dylan Shepherd also in the lane as well, but to see if they take all fours or whether they just take two. Jared Filsell staying out for the moment. Alex McCann also staying with him. These two look like they're going to have a decent battle towards the end of this race. As you can see, it looks like all four for our pitters at the moment. As we have a quick look. Yes, looks like all fours.
That was a poorly looking car to the right hand side of that shot there. Still 8 cars then on the lead lap. That's Kostecki's car, isn't it? Yep. Yeah. Number 1. Kostecki's still hanging around. Well, props to that. I hear he and Phil Sell work together a little bit. And Kostecki heavily involved with iRacing and a great middleman, it seems, between the sim racing side of things and the connection to the real world drivers. He's been doing a lot of work with the drivers who are getting themselves ready for the new Supercars E-Series that starts up in a few weeks, which we're all excited to see. And that's not a plug because we're not involved with it, but it's great for the community to see not only American motorsports getting behind this, getting behind iRacing, but Supercars as well as the Australian Racing Group.
Absolutely. I think this is a perfect opportunity for sim racing during these very, very strange times, and I think absolutely we should grab it with both hands and run with it, and show everyone what we can do, what sim racing can provide in the quality of racing as we continue to broadcast, especially through the series that we have going at the moment. Did catch the NASCAR race that was on Fox in America, and just absolutely fantastic to watch. It just showcases how good this is.
And they'll be at Bristol this weekend too, if you want to watch that on Fox Sports here in Australia, as well as Philso gets us back green with 14 laps to go. Wayne Burke side by side with Shepherd, tucked up behind Plasinski, and Dean O'Brien whacks the fence behind Burke into the back of him and up into the fence. Around goes Plakinski, and we're back under caution again.
Did also notice Dean O'Brien got hard into the wall as well. So it looked like everyone was very, very skatey off that restart, not really waiting for the tyres to sort of get up to temp. Everyone just wanted to go early. As you can see, so you look at replay at the moment. Oh, a bit of contact. Not sure what's going on there, if they expected the car up front to check up. Not quite sure what has happened there. It's all of a sudden seemed everyone just came to a bit of a stop. Oh, it doesn't look like there was much of contact, but it was just enough to obviously put Plasinski into the wall. So very unfortunate to see that. As you can see, cars again hitting the pit lane.
Splakinski and Burke, they're down on pit lane. Not surprising given their part in that crash. Hey, Coca-Cola. Sponsors, of course, of our premier professional series here on iRacing, the World Championship event. So, I don't actually know when exactly this version of the track was scanned, but I can tell you it was during the Food City 500 side of the year, because that's the sponsorship plastered all over the racetrack. Other than that, I don't know when it was done, but surely it was before 2015, because that's when Colossus was installed, and that's only just been added to iRacing now.
All I know is I feel like a Coke right now. Thanks for that.
Interesting point too. McCann in second pitted under that last caution, didn't he? So he's got relatively fresh tyres. Jared Filsell does not. So this has been an interesting battle here. Jonathan Bell, I think, pitted as well under the caution ago. Certainly more recently than Filsell.
Gonna say there's also you got Dean O'Brien who's in second at the moment. He also has pitted. I wish I was going there because he should be in third from my cap. But yes, so you've got Alex McCann, Jonathan Bell, Dean O'Brien who have pitted recently. Dylan Shepherd. Oh, there's a bit of pushing and shoving going on at the moment on the pace laps. Yeah, not sure what's going on.
Short track things.
Just short track things. So at the moment, I think I can't quite pick when the last pit stop happened for those guys, but yes, my bet would be on Alex McCann at the moment having the newer tyres over Filsell as we look for this one to return back to green very shortly.
Don't forget Shepherd, O'Brien, and Burke all on the same team. Will they work together to overcome Filsell at the front? Half a lap remaining. We're so far behind the pace car. And it's a little bit cheeky from Filsell.
I was about to say, checking the field up a bit. Now he gets them all back up to behind the pace car. Bit of gamesmanship going on here.
Yes, indeed. McCann tries to guess the start, doesn't guess right. Now Filsell goes, gets away well. O'Burke in the background thought about 3 wide for a moment. He decided against it in the end. Shepherd and Bell get real close to banging doors there through 1 and 2. They make it through unscathed, and it's McCann that will be the chasing car to Filsell as they come across the stripe and tick 7 laps to go at Bristol. Shepherd fending off Bell on the outside and Dean O'Brien down to the bottom as Bell makes the switch over to the bottom of the track, gets into the side of Shepherd, turns him around. But secondary piece of contact kept that car straight, so we'll stay green for now. As Wayne O'Burke wagged that tail as he went on by. Look at this up front.
As you can see, Alex McCann, those newer tyres are working out for him at the moment. Jared got the jump, but now Alex is all over the back of him at the moment. What can he do? Has he got the rubber available to him to make a move for the lead? You can see he's having a bit of a look, but not quite sure yet. A little bit left to run in this rate. We're in lap 70, only a few more laps to go. He's having a bit of a look, but he can't quite get there. He's got to try to get the run of the final corner. He's going to the outside.
Well, McCann will get back to him, and he's going to put the bumper to Filsell because Filsell moved up the track into the side of McCann there when he got the overlap. Hopefully that damage isn't too bad in terms of McCann's chances 2 laps to go when we come back around here at Bristol. Phil Sell versus McCann up front. Who gets it done? The margin was 0.2 of a second. That contact might have been the deciding factor. Through 3 and 4. Back to the start-finish line. White flag in the air. We're coming back to the checkers. The margin's even closer now. It's a 1/10.5. They get into the back of him. Through 1 and 2. Does McCann. Gives him a shot. Through 3 and 4. Going to throw it into the corner. Gives him another hit. But it's not enough. Coming out of the final corner. Phil Sell will hold on. And he will win at Bristol. From Alex McCann in second. Bell will come across in third.
Yes, what a way to finish that one up. A fantastic run for the league. Alex tried as much as he could to try and get that. Even tried the bit of a... Trying to remember what the commentators called it. What it was called. A bit of a boot scoot and boogie out of the way. But yes, Jared Philsell will take the win here in Bristol.
Just looking back at that contact between the pair of them, McCann got very close. Philsell went down the bottom of the racetrack, but the overlap was so minute, and in fact, he was almost into the back of him rather than alongside him, and just the slightest piece of a rub put him up into the fence, which is a big shame because I think in terms of McCann, he could have got there, and he might have been better off just waiting to put that bumper to him a little bit stronger. As we take a look at the replay, I believe this is the contact. This is the final lap, in fact. You see that shot through 1 and 2, it unsettled the back of him, but it cost McCann a lot on the exit, and so he was very far away through 1 and 2. Gave it another big burst of the final mid-corner, but not enough force to knock that car fully up the track or sideways, and in the end, just enough to hold on those old tyres for Phil Sell.
Yes, fantastic job there. Gets the win in the end, but yes. Bit of an eventful one. A lot more safety cars than what we probably would have liked, but that's how we go at Bristol.
Margin victory, 1,000th short of a 10th. Phil Sell to McCann, Jonathan Bell 3rd, Dean O'Brien, Wayne Burke 4th and 5th, Kevin O'Brien 6th, Dylan Shepherd and Plakinski 7th and 8th, Nicholas Levine who were 9th, Wyatt Chase coming across 10th.
Yes, looking at the DNFs at the moment, Lyle Fisher 23 laps down, Slaven Priscina, what could have been, Brody Kostecki, what could have been, had an amazing start, but unfortunately caught up in another incident. Brendan Lively coming home 14th and 15th, Sven Strempel.
But that will do us here on a Friday night here on Sim Speed. Tomorrow we're coming back to Bristol for the NASCAR iRacing series. Gonna be big, gonna be fun. Hopefully we see you there. From myself, Ryan Jones, and from Simon Mizomo alongside me, and Jay Kennedy behind the scenes. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and until next time, we'll see you there.
This is fantastic. This is GT racing right now. He's got traction. He's going in the outside. Both of them. Maloney.
Oh, he's taking Anderson. Anderson's up to
Oh my God. Oh, big crash. Oh my goodness. Half the field's going to get rolled.
Second very close. These guys are want to make their way through the field very quickly.
Oh, there we go. Oh no.
That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my god!
God, what?